Ride and sit way back. I push a Mercedes, but ain't never been in no Maybach. Only a couple limos with chauffeurs, that was way back. I think I'm on track to be one of the greatest ever. Cause all the homies say is the oldies rule forever. Shout out to the Nellas, hope they free the homie G-Lew. Can't forget my homie Shadow and Big TD. I'm Big Pops, I'm a reputable from the PC. In 1989 I got quoted on by Tweety. And the homie Stranger, the danger was soon to catch up. And 2 weeks later, to my surprise, I was next up. Just another day in the Nella or SGV, the 626.
Yeah. Welcome everyone to another special edition of the G-Lew Show. After hours, I am G-Lew. I'm joined by my beautiful co-host, Deandra Chanel. Good evening. Yes, we are back, and this is Changing the Game. Deandra, what's up?
I have a new little setup back here, just in case you haven't noticed.
Okay, I see you over there. Okay. I'm loving it.
So, tonight, sorry guys for the technical difficulties. So tonight we have an amazing guest. I'm sure this is going to be an interview full of laughs. Mr. Angel Baby out of the IE. He is a radio DJ. He has 3 different shows, and then he's been in the game 20 years plus when it comes to the entertainment industry. So that should be fun and interesting.
Yes, it should be. Mr. Angel Baby. He is here now. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and bring him in and welcome our special guest, Mr. Angel Baby, live. What up, sir?
What's up, man? Happy Taco Tuesday, baby Bubba. Happy Taco Tuesday.
Bringing bad juju to the interview and stuff, causing technical difficulties.
Girl, you always get nervous around me, girl. You know, and we're not even right here, and you get nervous. I already know, girl. I already know. You know, she gets nervous all the time.
Yeah, man. I get that effect.
So before let's get this out of the way right now. Okay. My very first bad experience with my career, G-Lew, is because of this man right here.
Wow.
It's his fault.
Tell me about it.
Okay. So I was doing a birthday party for one of my clients. So I was styling her for her birthday party. And normally what I do when I work is I'll stay throughout the whole event just in case there's like any kind of malfunction that can fix it and stuff like that, right?
Right.
So it's the end of the night and I'm being nice. And I'm like, okay, I see Angel's vest and the back of the vest is unhooked. Like it's already, I guess he's like over it, like whatever, it's just too tight. So me being the stylist that I am, I go in and I said, oh hell no. I said, what are you doing? And I go and I fix the clip. I tighten it, right?
All right, yeah.
This random girl comes up to me and says, he has a wife for that.
Wow.
And I was like, what? And she's like, he has a wife for that. I said, whoa. I was like, I'm a stylist, number 1. This is my job. I said, number 2, these are my people. I said, so I'm not going to have my people looking crazy. Like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
That he has a wife. And I'm like, okay. I said, I go, you know what, Angel? I go, let me walk away. I said, because apparently I'm some type of slut. And then she said, I didn't say that. Yes, you did. First and only time I've had somebody go up on me about my job.
Wow.
Yeah, it's maybe because you fixed the thing on my vest, but then you did a little reach down, a little low, baby. You know what I mean? That could be in there, girl.
Wow.
No, wait a minute. When she said, check this out, G-Lo, she says he's got a wife for that. What did Angel Baby say?
He said, not tonight. No, I'm already having buyer's remorse for this interview, man.
That's crazy.
No, on the real, yeah, I'm not married, man. She has not made me a legal man yet, you know. I do got my baby mama, but she has not put a ring on it. You know what I mean? So
she got to put a ring on it.
Hey, Beyonce said it, you know, right? Beyonce said it.
That's right.
So, for those of us who don't know, aside from being a comedian, who are you? Who is Angel Baby, and why should we know who you are?
Angel Baby, I've been trying to figure out who Angel Baby is myself for the longest time, man. Um, and I still don't know. You know, if you can see the top of my head, you see a big question mark up here, man. I don't know who the heck Angel Baby is. I do radio. I do radio. I've been doing radio for over 20 years. That's my thing. Oldies, dedications, requests. Um, that's my thing right there, man. I love playing music on the radio for everybody. I love people calling in, showing some love on air to everybody on the radio, man. Or dropping shout outs. I love putting a needle on the record, man. Spinning the jammies for everybody to have a good time, get that nice mood going, that nice smooth groove. That's what I love doing. That's Angel Baby right there.
Right.
Would you consider yourself kind of like the Art Laboe of our generation?
I wouldn't. Well, I've been told that, man, since ways back. I've been told that I am the Chicano Art Laboe. I've been told that forever. I consider myself I'm a mixture of all of them, man. There's of course Art Laboe, the king of oldies. If you guys know a cat by the name of Huggy Boy, he's also Huggy Boy is also an oldies radio legend, and some Wolfman Jack.
Yep, sir.
Angel Baby, I do a little bit of all that. You know what I mean? I'm a mixture of all that. The whole dedications request format. Yes, LeBeau, Huggy Boy, that was their thing. Growing up, I used to listen to them when I was shooting pool in the garage, having fun with the homies. And nowadays, I'm the one putting the needle on the record and answering that phone. What's your dedication? What's your request? Let's go. Can you fix my vest? Let's go. So.
Hey, Angel Baby. Angel Baby, let me ask you this. Speaking on Huggy Boy and Art LeBeau, rest in peace. Do you feel a little bit off subject? Do you feel people like Huggy Boy gets his proper respect? Because everyone puts Art LeBeau out there, which is salute. He deserves it. But do you think Huggy Boy doesn't? People like Huggy Boy gets his proper respect.
He does not. I do. He does not, and that's why there's cats like me right here, bro. Because I'm doing what I can. As a matter of fact, I was just talking to his daughter a couple of days ago, and it's some friends of mine gave me this really nice Art LeBeau shirt, man. It's got a really nice picture of him, and it says "Oldies are for Sundays are for oldies." And I was talking to to Huggy Boy's daughter the other day, and I told her, you know what, I need a really nice picture of your dad in studio, because I'm gonna make me a shirt that says with Huggy Boy's picture, and make sure I blast it out there too, man. Just show him respect to our oldie radio legends. You know what I mean? So no, he doesn't, but both of them were, growing up myself, it was both of them that I used to listen to, man. Wolfman Jack, I know him, I know his history, but I never really, I wasn't that old to really listen to Huggy.
He's a bit way back, yeah.
Yeah, he's way back.
Yeah.
But Huggy Boy and Art LeBeau, that's what I used to listen to growing up, man. It was both of them on the radio, doing the radio programs, man. And Huggy Boy is a true legend, man. I love the way Huggy Boy did radio, man. Of course, I love the way LeBeau does radio. I love the way Huggy Boy did radio too, man. Much respect to him, man. So I'm gonna make sure I keep his name alive, just like all the other oldies and oldie radio legends that are passing on, man. I'm here to help keep everybody's legacy going strong, doggy.
That's right.
So, whoever guest wants to know how you got the name Angel Baby.
Well, are there any kids around?
No, the kids are.
Just mine, but they're already seen it to begin with.
Yeah, right. Check this out. My pops, man, growing up, my pops had this van, man. He had this big van. It was white. Had this like purple flames on the side. You know the diamond window on the back, the OG vans.
Yes, sir.
My pops had one of those vans, man. And one day, him and Mom's was parked somewhere. The song "Angel Baby" was playing. Bada bing, here I am.
Wow. So is that like your theme song too? Since that's your name, do you always play that, like, let the people know Angel Baby is in the house, in the casa?
Yeah, pretty much, man. Well, when I hit the stage, man, depending on what DJ I'm working with at a lot of the concerts, I like the DJ to come out with Angel Baby, and I like to get my strut on out there, man. With my radio show, also I mix it up. That used to be the only song that I played when I was hit the airwaves was Angel Baby, but nowadays, man, I got a lot of good friends that are singers, hip hop artists, and whatnot, man. And I got a few different intros that friends of mine have hooked me up with. So I mix it up, man, depending on how I'm feeling when I get to the studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So I was reading up a little bit, and you used to be a radio personality on KGGI, yeah?
Yes. 99 yeah. I did the Sunday Old School show. Sunday Old School show, man. I rocked that show for maybe about a good, maybe about a good 8 years. Probably we did a Sunday Old School show. It was right before Art LeBeau. I used to warm everybody up before Art LeBeau, man. So that was always an honor to me, man. Because growing up, listening to LeBeau and Huggy Boy, like I said, and then then being able to be on air right before Art LeBeau, man, spinning the jams with everybody, calling in with their shout outs and stuff, man, because it was a Sunday Old School show, and then passing the mic over to the King LeBeau, man. It was always a lot of fun, yeah. KGGI, man, that's part of my family right there too, man. Yeah.
Yeah, for those of us who don't know, like those of us, I'm from obviously originally from LA, from East LA. So
Right.
we didn't really listen to like KGGI. Like KGGI is kind of like the Power 106 of the IE, right?
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, KRLA.
KRLA, yes. Yeah. Yeah, KRLA, man, that's the OG right there, dog. Come on.
So
Yes,
we know that you were made for radio, clearly. How did you get
you know what they told me? When I first started getting into radio, they told me I got the perfect face for radio. You get it, huh? Hey, it took me a while to understand that after a while, man. I was walking around all happy till one day I said, wait a minute, the perfect face for radio. And back then, they didn't have cameras in the studios like they do now.
Right.
I first met this man, I was on the floor. So the way I met him is when I did the Elon video for Night Owl.
Yeah.
So I meet him, and I don't know what I was telling him. We were talking about something, and he says, I'm a big deal girl. And I told him, I said, I don't care about that stuff because I had no idea who he was because I'm new to all of this. So I'm like, okay.
Will I tell you again? Like, I didn't catch that part.
I'm a big deal girl. I'm known. I was like, what the hell? Who is this man?
I'm kind of a big deal.
That's right.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, here we are, almost a year later, and look where he is.
Yeah, at least in my own mind, I am. You know what I mean?
So you rent three shows throughout the week, right?
Yeah, it's on the weekends. Yeah, I got 3 radio shows that I host on the weekends. My Cruising Oldies show, which is Fridays 6 to 9 p.m. with 106.5. And then I got an overnight show also Friday night, Saturday morning with 88.3. And then on Sundays, we got a show that we broadcasting out of Tucson, Arizona on 100.3 FM. So they got a little something going on. They little fun with it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
That's incredible, man.
Yeah. We like to set up a good vibe for everybody, man. That music, them oldies and that old school music, baby. You know, that baby making stuff, you know?
Baby making music, that's right.
I'm gonna bust the G-Lew right now and go, one more question, and then I'll hand it off to you, G-Lew. So you've been in the game 20 years. What gave you a love for radio? Like, what made you say, I'm gonna get into this?
It's the music, girl. The music, man. It's just the love that I have for music, and it's, my format is oldies, old school, hip hop, funk, all that, but just a love for music in general, because there's a lot of good music, and music gives you energy. Music could take you on a high, could take you on a low too, could just make you cruise along nice and smooth. Music is everything. My uncle, rest in peace, my tío used to tell me, in Spanish. Música no es no es un sonido, es la modo de la vida. You
Mm-hmm.
know what that is?
Yeah.
Music is not just a sound; it's a way of life. You know,
Yeah.
music is a way of
Fact.
life.
That's a fact.
Right.
It's very like I'm sure you knew from the very beginning, just based off your personality alone, that you were able to do this in this industry and be in radio. Like you, but you told yourself, okay, I'm gonna try this. Like, or did someone put you up to and say you're good for radio? You should try.
Actually, I fell into radio. I fell into it. You know, it was well when I got into radio, it was by accident, but I know it wasn't by accident. I know it's God's plan. That God put me here. God put me here because what I do on the radio and what I do at the live shows and out there, it's more than just playing music and more than just kicking off a good vibe. And I've been told through a lot of my years of doing what I do that people are getting some healing out of either the music that I'm playing, the dedication I'm playing, or maybe the way I'm coming across on the radio or coming across on stage. There's a lot more to what Angel Baby's doing besides just putting on a radio show. And so I honestly know nowadays in my time I've come to the realization that it's all God's plan. You know, when I came onto radio, I ran into the program director of the radio show that I used to listen to. Well, I'm still with that radio show, my overnight show. I ran into him at the 99-cent store by accident, and I just so happened to find out he was the program director. He invited me down to come check out the studio because I was a community person that would listen each week. And then when I went down there, he asked me if I wanted to volunteer to help out. So I put a lot of years in writing his dedications down, producing a news segment for the radio show that we did, and just a lot of behind the scenes work that I did. So I know I fell into it, but I know I realize nowadays that there's a lot more purpose to what I'm doing than just doing a radio show for everybody out there. You know, we're bringing some healing out there to everybody. But we're doing what we can to save some lives. You know, and have a good time too at it. You know what I mean? You know.
You're making it very hard for us to do our job, Angel. Jokes in the background. Go, G-Lew, you wanna go ahead? Kick it over to you.
Salute to you, Angel Baby. I want to ask you, man, like, being that you've been doing radio so long, you've seen the changes in radio. Because I've seen the change since I was a kid. My father was in radio as a kid, and he was
Okay.
a program director, a lot of different things. So I seen the ins and outs of radio, how it works, and all that. What can you say, man? Like because there's been a lot of changes. You know how stuff has really changed all the way now. Like pretty much. Being that you've been in it so long, you've seen how it was back in the days, how it operated, and all that. Well, I mean, it still does regular radio, but I mean, overall, what have you seen as far as the changes, good and bad, pros and cons that you like or dislike how radio is operated now?
The big change that is going on right now is this new day and age that we're in, man, which is you know, a lot of people don't listen to contemporary radio at home anymore. You know what I
Right.
mean? At home, we ain't got no home stereos no more, man. The majority of people that listen to a radio show nowadays or a radio station is usually in your car nowadays. You know what I
Right.
mean? When you get in your car, you listen to a radio show. But even nowadays, we ain't even doing that because our phones plug right on in, man, through Bluetooth. It just taps on in, turns on whatever programs you got on your phone. So the big change is we're in a new day and age, of course, and radio, contemporary radio, is at a point where yes, it's going out the door as far as your radio dials. You know what I mean? But all the streaming is a big plus
Right.
because you know an example. Way back in the days, on my overnight radio show, before all the streaming was going on, the radio station was based right here in Riverside, and we only got like a 60-mile radius. But people would come out, you know, friends. People would tell me, fans would tell me that they got their families that travel from Orange County, from LA, from different areas. They travel and go visit them on the weekends and
Right.
hang out and listen to the radio show because they're within distance to here. You know what I mean? So they would come out here to listen. But nowadays with the internet, ain't nothing but tap of a button and we're worldwide. So
Right. Right. That's a good.
big difference. Yeah, big
Right.
difference.
That's a good thing. I would ask you too, kind of like a two-part question. Who I know Deandra kind of asked you earlier some of your inspirations, but who were personally your like inspirations in radio as a kid that you listen to and say, man, I could do that and I want to do that maybe because of this person. And who were some DJs that inspired you as well? And also, you said earlier that you opened or came on before Art LeBeau. How was it working with people like that, man, and learning? What did you learn from people like
Man.
that, legends?
But those are my inspirations right there, man. Huggy Boy and Art LeBeau were my main inspirations, man. Listening to them do what they did on the radio. I just love it, man. I loved it growing up, listening to it. And then when I got the opportunity to be able to do my own radio show, my own radio format, I modeled it after them because they were the ones that I look up to, bro. Um, working with LeBeau, man, it was always great. Just I mean, I would never really work with him side by side, but I
Right.
did watch and I did pay attention to what he had going on, especially when we're at the live concerts too, man. The way he entertained everybody at a live concert, which I've been honored to bless his stage a few times at some of his live shows, man, to go out there and introduce one or two of the acts, and man, just the way he did everything too, man, was just can I say, man, very inspirational. I don't know if you know this about the guy, but LeBeau himself built his own radio station at home when he was like, I think maybe he was like 13 years old when he built his own radio station at home, you know, and then he been on the radio up until like 97 years old, man. So that is an inspiration to
Right.
me. Period, man. You know what I mean? I know if I stick to what I'm doing right here, man, with just having fun on the air, having fun with the people at the shows, and doing what I do, Angel baby, I'm gonna live forever, baby Bubba.
Part,
Shit.
that part, through your name and like Art LeBeau, what
Yeah.
would you say is the importance too, like of people, because now, like you just said earlier, man, radio is changing, is pretty much going to be historic, not historic, but especially the youngsters, they don't understand the importance and all that of radio. Now they're Bluetooth and tapped into whatever they are. What do you
Yeah.
think the importance will
Right
be?
here.
People like, yeah, the people like Art LeBeau, Huggy Boy, and all these legendary DJs in the future, uh, opposed, to the youngsters and people moving forward in the future, because I don't think we'll ever see stuff like that again. Like, so what do you think the importance is of that, and how do we preserve that?
Well, preserving it is actually what I'm doing right now, man. Just by keeping that format going, keeping their legacy alive as far as when I'm on stage or even when I'm on the radio, making mentions of them and and of what they used to do to all the listeners that are new listeners that don't know. I make sure I let them know this is where I learned it from. And of course, the oldies, which nowadays there's a lot of new soul artists that are remaking a lot of the oldies, and there's a lot of a lot of youngsters that don't know that this particular song was actually sang a long time ago by somebody like Mary Wells, somebody like Smokey Robinson, and
Right.
nowadays they're remaking them. They're doing a great job of it, but Angel Baby's here to make sure I let them know. Look, check this out. This is the original right here, baby Bubba.
That,
And of course, here's a new version too. You know what I mean? I mix it up. Sometimes I'll play some of the newer versions, and then the majority of the time, of course, I stick to the OG stuff, man. Like, like Las Vegas. I just came back from Las Vegas. We were out there Saturday night, man. Shouts out to my friends with Lobetta Productions and FKOA. They had the big Catch You on the Rebound show in Las Vegas. I was co-hosting out there. When I hit the stage, I made sure I let that audience know just what I'm saying right now. I was out there on stage. I said, "Hey, for those of you who don't know, I'm on your radios each week with your dedications and requests, just like Art LeBeau." And when I said that, the crowd, everybody clapped, just like Huggy Boy. The crowd went crazy. and then I let them know I'm here. I got
That's
you
right.
nowadays, you know.
That's right. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hey, one more thing. I'm gonna turn it over to you, Deandra. I'm gonna ask you, how important is it for you? Like you said, you in Vegas, you simultaneously broadcast other places, and with the internet, you're around the world. How
Yeah.
is it important for you, like being a legendary DJ from the IE, to I'm sure back in the day you did, but move around and get and meet other DJs from other areas. You know what I mean? How was that for you, and how important is that for you?
Very important, man. Very important. You hit it right there. I did do a lot of traveling back in the days, man. Because we didn't have the internet and stuff. So if there's a show going on in LA, I'm out there in LA hosting it. There's shows out there in Orange County, I'm out there hosting a car show out there or a community event out there, you know. And of course, nowadays, yes, we stream everything wherever we're at, but I still get a lot of travel going, man. We got shouts out to my buddy DJ Cheetos, man. With DJ Cheetos, he's got me on the Lowrider Magazine shows that are going on. We're going to be hitting Texas. We're going to be hitting Utah, Las Vegas, of course, right here in Long Beach, California. So getting around, traveling to all the different audiences, and doing that feel with everybody out there, man, on stage, bringing that nice vibe and that smooth energy, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, you know. And when I get off a stage, man,
That's
and
right.
the love that I get from the peoples, especially the peoples that didn't even know me at the beginning of the show, and at the end of the show, coming up, dropping some props and taking some pictures, beautiful thing, man. You know.
That part, beautiful, homie. Go ahead, Deandra.
So I had someone earlier in the chat ask about they told me to ask you about the executor.
The executor.
Oh yeah, someone did ask that earlier.
The executor. I don't know.
The executioner. Executioner.
Oh, the executioner.
Executor.
Executioner. I'm like the executor. Wait a minute. Is that my so-called wife?
Alias you don't know about, huh?
Deandra, you're gonna have to introduce me to my wife one day, girl. All right.
I'm not trying to have the baby mama beat me up, honey, because I'm getting me into trouble.
She's cool, man. She loves you, girl. Hey, the executioner, man. Shouts out to my homies, the executioner, man. That's Raider Nation. Raider Nation, baby.
Raiders.
Baby, come on. Yeah. Hey, he's got his own podcast he does too on YouTube, man. So those of you who don't know, hit up the executioner on YouTube, man. He's got his podcast. He's got a lot of different events, grabbing a lot of different footage and having fun with everybody out there too, man.
Oh.
One love, baby, one love.
Okay. So because you came from original radio, what's your take on podcasts and how do you feel? So we had another guest on here, Dizzy Miss Lizzie, that she models. And I was asking her if she felt like Instagram models watered down real models, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to speak. We're not saying that Instagram models cannot be real models. G-Lew, please put that down.
Yay, yay.
I'm a cowboy fan today, so I cannot support this.
Okay, go ahead.
But do you feel like the podcast has watered? Oh my god, has watered down the radio experience, or do you feel like it has just paved the way to advance radio more?
This is the one thing that I noticed. You know, I'm gonna transition myself. Okay, I'm gonna transition myself. Y'all's gonna catch the next wave that we got going too. But this is what I've noticed that's going on is with a lot of the podcasts. A lot of it is more, to me, is more talk versus a radio show, which is a lot more musical. Talking about song back to back songs, and DJ sliding in between. Hey, that was the Whispers. Now I got some Brenton Wood coming up, and it's just like that quick, With podcasts, there's a lot of dialogue going on, and to each his own. But I have noticed that nowadays, a lot more of the people, a lot more of the youngsters, and just a lot more people in general that like to hear a lot more talk, A lot of people like a lot more chisme. That's what I keep catching on, man. A lot of people like the bullshit out there.
The bullshit is really taking over. I hate that too.
Bullshit is taking over everything, man.
Bullshit is taking over, bro. I hate that.
Yeah. me myself, I like a radio show. You know what I mean? I do check out some people's podcasts. You know what I mean? I'll put it in the ear. I won't sit here and actually watch it because I'm usually juggling life, whatever I got going on. But I'll put my AirPod in and I'll listen to some of the podcasts. But like I said, the majority of it it's like a talk show. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing with the podcast versus a radio show listening to some music. And I do know you're listening to the talk podcast, and that could take you on a mental wave too. You know what I mean? Sometimes good, sometimes bad, depending on what the subject is and what you're hearing and what you're putting into yourself. Versus a radio show, and you're hearing some Smokey baby don't cry, and then you're just grooving along. You know what I mean? Or you hear some Bretton Woods singing some boogum boogums, and then your vibe as you're out there in the world is just smooth because you're hearing some rock and roll gangster like the video that you was in, girl. You know what I mean? You're hearing some rock and roll gangster. That sets a nice mood for you when you're out there in the world, just having fun, enjoying life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus having an attitude because you just heard some podcast that had a lot of bullshit to it. So set your mind off in a whole different way, and now you're walking around that day like, yeah, fuck this and fuck that, fuck that. You know what I mean? You know?
Right. I
Make-
think when it comes to us, I wouldn't consider us. Granted, we're a YouTube show, but
Okay.
in a sense, it's podcasty. But
Right.
I would consider, and the reason that I feel like we chose to do this show is to kind of bring back old school stuff, like
Right.
interviewing people, getting to know them for who they are, putting them out there, promoting them. Like it's just, to me, podcasts are very, like, I'm sorry to say, I feel like when it comes to me and G-Lew is the good cop, I am the bad cop. Meaning, when I will say what I feel, and I feel like a lot of times podcasts are a bunch of bullshit. I feel like it's just, you give someone a microphone and they give their opinion, and a lot of times it's just an opinion that no one asked for.
Yeah.
And I just feel like they need to bring back OG, like, radio shows where, even if it's not like musicians, even if it's, like I said, entrepreneurs or dancers or actors or whatever it is, like I like the big boys, I like the
Right.
Angel Babies, I love the Angie Martinez, like that's one of my biggest idols.
Yeah. Right.
You know, like things like that, like where you make a career for yourself and based off of interviewing with substance, right?
Facts.
Do you feel that you have made that name for yourself, or are you trying to get to that point?
Oh, my feet are planted, baby. My feet are planted. I'm here, girl. This is a done deal. Yeah. That name's already been made a long time ago, girl. Angel Baby's here. Done deal. I'll tell you something about about radio. With my radio show, with my radio show, I've been one of the ones that nowadays, like we were talking about, a conventional radio little by little going away. So right now, I'm one of the ones that's still being able to catch a listener and make sure that they want to tune in to my show on Friday. You know what I mean? You gotta have something special when you got people like setting their alarms and knowing, hey, I'm gonna go get my popcorn, my chicharrones, and my beer because Angel Baby show is gonna be on. I want to listen. I want to listen to the jams he's gonna play. And I've been blessed to have that. You know what I mean? God's blessed me to have that. So, because all three of my shows are tops. All three of my shows are in the top 10 every week. I got a great listenership every week of people that tune in, and even if the ones that can't find me when I transition here and I transition there, it's a beautiful thing when they're tapping into me on the DMs, telling me, I missed you last week. I can't find you. How do I find you? And I gotta send them a link or something. You know what I mean? So I've been blessed enough to keep a lot of people still tuned in to conventional radio, even though they're tuning in online. You know what I mean? The Sunday show I do is based out in Tucson, Arizona. Shouts out to my homie Theo Danny who put me up on there out there in Arizona with KPYT. 2 hour show I do on Sundays, man, noon to 2 p.m. Man, a lot of people are not just tuning in out there in Tucson, they're tuning in around the world via the link. You know what I mean? So It's a beautiful thing, you know. Yeah.
How good is that? To have like that, like we said earlier, but that's one of the pros of radio now, the technology to be able to broadcast worldwide. Like someone can hit a link or whatever, and hear you somewhere way in, Australia or Mexico or Japan. You know what I mean? How big is that, and how are you able to interact with some of the people that do listen to you in different places?
I do. I do. That's why I'm smiling that you're saying that right now, Dougie. I've gotten calls from England. All right. People's out there tuned in England. I got people's out there in Japan that tuned in, that been tapped into me for 20 years, tapped into the different radio shows I've been doing. And of course, watching the content that I put out there nowadays through social media. And let me see, I got people that tuning in out in New York. I'm talking that not just tuning in, they're calling in to make a
Right.
dedication. Angel
Right.
Baby, I'm out here, hip hop dude, Benny Sinclair, hip hop dude out of Australia.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
heard of him.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I put him on my show a few times, man. Play his music, do an interview with him, and after my show, I'll get a DM from him. Hey, man, great show. So I trip out. I'm like, oh shit, okay. So you was out there in Australia with the Roos, listening out there with the Roos. You know what I mean? So yeah, with the kangaroos, with the Roos. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Down
Yeah.
under. Hey, too, how important too? I know you, like you said, you get the feedback and you hear people like, how beautiful it is to see the people from other countries, specifically like Japan and Australia. These places really got love for not only like the culture, you know what I mean, the music, but just something about California, period. But to get that love, because sometimes you receive more love, or you see them showing more love in how they represent the culture more than people over here do these days.
I do. I get that from a lot of people, man. That shit blows my mind, bro. There's sometimes some places I'm in, even locally, man, and I'll see some of my Indian brothers and sisters, man. And I'm not talking about the Cherokee Indians or Yaqui Indians. I'm talking about Indian brothers and sisters, man. Friends of mine that tune into my show too, and they're telling me how much they enjoy the radio show, they enjoy the dedications or the stuff I'm doing on the radio, man. Same thing with of course the Asians too, man. I trip out when I got some of them that'll come up to me and show me that love and want to take a picture with me, man. It means it shows me that I'm crossing barriers, because that's one thing that I've always wanted to do, and I've always strived to do, is to make sure I show a universal side, man, because we're all here. We're all here in this crazy. You know what I mean? We're all here in this crazy.
Hold on, we
and
we got a caller. Someone wants to ask you. We got a caller on the line. Caller, hello.
What's popping, homie?
What's up with it, homie? Who you got on the line?
What's up? It's me, Big D, brother.
Oh, that's Big D, my bro. What up, Big D? What's popping, man?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just stepping into the live, baby, with Angel Baby, homie.
all right, here,
Good
Dougie.
question
Yeah.
for Angel.
Yeah. Hey, because, I'm from the area down in L.A., bro, so I just wonder, have you ever attempted to play at the Swap Meet, or have you played there in Santa Fe Springs?
Santa Fe Springs, I have yet to play there, man. I had the opportunity twice last year, but but it was because one of the regular guys couldn't make it, so they gave me a buzz. But I had already had a booking, so I couldn't make it.
Right.
But in 2024, I'm gonna be out there, man. Santa Fe Springs, it's in the works already, Dougie. Yeah.
Right,
I'll
all
be
right.
MC.
Like I said, homie, I'm from the
Out
Yeah,
there.
from
Yeah.
the area, Doug. So just like I think I seen you with last year. I think you were at the event with the autism with the homie from Lighter Shade of Brown.
Oh yeah, with my homie O, and the autism
Yeah,
awareness.
homie. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was me and my wife were out there, we were just hanging out, and we were sharing some support, man. I got some good captioning of that, some good videos. So yeah, I've been following your training. That's pretty feeding me home. Keep it up for the Ross. I like your stilo, dog.
Thank
You know what I mean? Just remind me of me. I feel like the homie, just casual homie, dog. You know what I mean? Just all bullshit aside, and just let's get to the money, dog.
Let's have some fun, man. Let's have some fun. Do what we do, man. Why not? You know what I mean? Shoot. Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, homie. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Pops, you know what's up.
Yes, sir. That's my brother, Big D. Much love, Big D. Shout out to your wife too, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I do a lot of community work too, man. That's one of the things that's another one of the things that I really love that I've been blessed to do because of what I do on radio. I've been able to get on out there and MC events like the Autism Acceptance event. I'm going on 20 years with my food drive, man. I do a big food drive for Thanksgiving, man. We gather a lot of food. One of the less fortunate, man. Going on 20 years on that one. This year is my 20th annual. Um, Suicide prevention, man. Some friends of mine, Angelina, her and her family, they lost their sister. Mom lost her daughter to suicide, and God tapped me in with them, and we're on our God tapped me in with them, and now we're on our third year of putting on a suicide prevention event, man. Not awareness. We're doing prevention, doing what we can to prevent the next person from taking their own life, man. So, and of course, they do it with cancer, diabetes, man. With Kid Frost, man. A few years ago, for a couple of years in a row, we started. Well, Frost has his diabetes juvenile part of a Team Little Prickers, which is for diabetes. And we got together and we put on a series of walks for like 2 years straight. We got together at different parks and we did a nice walk around the park. Brought some education to diabetes and stuff, man. So I love doing a lot of community work too, man. That's a passion of mine también. Yeah.
That's beautiful, brother. That's beautiful. We need more of that. You know what I mean? What is some of your like? Just like the homie Big D just asked, have you ever played at Santa Fe Springs, which is a legendary place? I know you know about it, but what are some places that I'm sure you touched a lot of stages, a lot of parties, events, concerts, lowrider shows, all that. What is something for you on your bucket list or something that you want to write off your list that you've done that you haven't done yet, as far as DJing or an event or whatever?
Oh man. One of the ones, man, that's on my book. One of the ones on my bucket list, man, is to MC and DJ at the Hoochie Bar one day, doggy. I kid you not, man. Yeah, I mean, I want to be, ladies and gentlemen, coming up your next show, girl.
Coming up next. Coming up next.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, I keep it real, man. You know what I mean? That's been one of mine since way back. And one day we're gonna have an Angel Baby night at the Hoochie Bar, man. All right, you're invited, baby. Deandra, you're invited, baby. You're gonna make those girls looking fly. Make sure my vest is tightened up in the back.
Wow. That's what's
Yeah, I
up.
know. I threw a left curve on that one, huh, Dougie?
Now, that's real though. So, you know what I mean? The strip, hey, you get up in the booty club and you know that hey, that'll be legendary, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not nothing like I want to do all the time, but that is one thing. You know, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind being that guy for a moment, man. Doing an Angel Baby night there once,
Right.
maybe twice. Yeah, maybe twice.
I'll make a call to Sam's after the show, see if we can get you in.
All right.
So we all know you for being a radio legend, but a lot of, I don't know if many people do know, but you had your own TV show at one point, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little more about that.
TV. I used to do once a month out in East LA. I used to produce it myself. Me and my kids actually. I used to take my kids with me. They used to help me produce a show once a month, and it was kind of modeled after MTV. This was way before all the internet stuff and YouTube and everything too. You know, it was kind of like MTV, except it was my version. All right, because I had a lot of homies who were starting to come out with their videos, but they weren't getting no airplay. You know, of course, MTV weren't getting no action. BET wasn't getting no action. So that's where I came in. And somebody gave me an opportunity to do a TV show once a month. I grabbed all my homies' different videos, take them down to the studio. I'd bring a different artist in, and we'd interview him, and he'd do a little live performance. And I'd bring a community person in. We do a little live interview with them. I let them know what they're doing for the community. And in between all that, I would play some of the homies' videos, man. Some of the homies like Slow Pain's video, Lil Blackie's videos, Cypress Hill's videos, MC Magic's videos, man. I would spin a lot of those, man. And through that show, it actually spawned off a few other TV shows that went on for a good while. on another level, but they forgot about the homie.
Well, we got to remind them, big dog. You know what I mean?
We
Hey,
keep, whatever God does, we keep moving, Doug. You know.
that part. Hey, we got a question from the homie my homie JoJo from Long Beach. He said, "Have you ever done any shows in Long Beach, Strong Beach?"
I have. I've emceed car shows out there and concerts. Man, what was it, man? Long time ago, man. What was the stadium out there, man? It was a stadium out there. We actually had Jenny Rivera out there. Rest in peace, Jenny Rivera. I was honored to bring her on stage, and she sang "Angel Baby" to me too, man. Jenny
Wow.
Rivera, yeah. But what was the name of that, man? Man, I can't remember the name of the stadium, man. We lit that parking lot up with a car show and concert, and then I've emceed quite a few shows out there in Long Beach, man.
Not to Long Beach.
Yeah, or Long Beach, yeah. And then of course last year, recently, last year I was MC with the Lowrider Magazine Super Show at the convention center right there in Long Beach. This year we're gonna be out there Saturday, March 9th. Long Beach Convention Center. Yours truly, I'll be out there with my homie DJ Cheetos, man. We got
Uh-oh.
Baby Bash, yeah, man. We got Baby Bash coming on out there. We got Freestyles, Trinier, man. We got Pepe Marquez. We got Boy. We got a lot of entertainment going down, man. Angel Baby, I'll be center stage having fun, man. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's beautiful. Hey, the homie House of Tattoos, Conejo, he said, are you still on 88.3 Angel Baby?
We're still doing overnights, man. We're still doing overnights on 88.3, except they're not live. Ever since COVID came in and knocked us off, they're re-airing my old shows every Friday, midnight till 7 in the morning are all my old shows, man. We got 7 hours of all my OG programming out there, man. All the stuff that everybody loves. And I'm talking about shows from 2013, 2015, 2009, up into 2018, man. We mix them all together and mash them up, and we put 7 hours of programming. Actually, not we. I put them together. I sit down and I literally put this all together. 7 hours of programming for every Friday night, Saturday morning, man. I set up the program for midnight till 7 in the morning on 88.3 FM at Radio Aslan all night long. Shoot.
That's beautiful. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Do you ever plan on going live again?
With Radio Aslan, they have not gave me the opportunity to go back live on that show yet. But with the way things are nowadays, as far as radio and the change that's going on with radio, I don't really see myself going live back on Radio Aslan on 88.3, at least as far as overnights. If they open up an earlier time slot for me, then yeah, I probably would. But we're busy. We're working right now, girl. You know what I mean? I'll tell you, with my overnight show with Radio Aslan with 88.3 FM, I was live on that show for over 20 years. I didn't sleep on a Friday night, Saturday morning. My radio show started at 2 in the morning, ended at 7 in the morning. So whatever I was doing on Friday, I'd come home, maybe catch an hour of sleep, maybe 2 hours, get up, be at the studio at 2 in the morning, and go live from 2 in the morning till 7 in the morning, and then come home, try to catch a little sleep, go hit a car show or whatever life had upon me at that time. So I didn't sleep for like over 20 years, man. So when COVID came in, it felt really weird to sleep on a Friday night, Saturday morning. And
Right.
and I'll tell you, that was volunteer too, by the way. I did that all on the volunteer, all on the strength. Hey, still do.
I feel you, brother. Trust me.
So you host the old school cruises, and you do the Latin cruises too. The
The
Latin
last cruise, I'm one of the MCs. Yeah, there's like six of us MCs, 6 or 7 of us. There's a few of us MCs from different radio stations all around because it's a big show. Big show. We got a 3-day cruise. We got about 17 different artists all throughout each cruise. So they mix us up. I'll host one for a few hours. Another one of the radio personality hosts another one. Then I'll host another one maybe the next day. You know what I mean? So we tag team. You know.
Oh, nice. That's good. So your next one is gonna be the one for 2025.
Yeah. Well, we got Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is sold out. We're gonna be in the Guinness Book of World Records. Eh? 2 ships, both sold out,
Wow.
sailing side by side. Carnival ship, and what is it?
Royal Caribbean.
Royal Caribbean, and Carnival ship sailing side by side. Both of the ships sold out. It's the old school cruise, and that's gonna be a blast. That's gonna be a blast. I'm excited. Yeah, man.
Congratulations for that, brother.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
That deserves a round of applause, G-Lew.
Yeah, that does. That does.
I'm excited about that. I'll tell you, when we're on these ships, right? When we're on these cruise ships, we got people from everywhere. All right, we got people from everywhere on these cruise ships, all different walks of lives of people, man, and everybody's getting down to all the live music, and it's a blast, man. It's a 3 day, like a 3 day music festival in the middle of the ocean. Badass.
Okay. That's what's up. How is it? I'm going on a cruise next year. I think I'll see you, buddy. How is it? Tell me about these the cruise and doing that part. How is that for you, and how did you get comfortable with doing that? Like being on a cruise for an amount of time and doing it, just period. How is the cruise thing for you and doing your thing?
Badass though. it's badass, man. When they first brought me aboard, it was we used to just like our first couple of cruises that I when they brought me aboard with them. The first couple of cruises were just we didn't have the whole ship. We only had a section. So everybody that was with our Latin cruise events, we'd use the lounge and we'd have a little show in the lounge. Every day we'd have a couple of shows in the different lounges, but we'd be mixed up with everybody else on the ship. But nowadays, my friends with Latin cruise events, they charter the whole ship. So we got the whole ship is all ours. It wasn't, it didn't say, it wasn't that nothing, scary or anything about it. Myself, I don't get seasick. Some people do. Some people got to put the
That's
patch
what I
on.
was kind of getting at. That's what I was kind of getting at. Do you deal with any of that type of stuff?
Nah,
Feel me? Okay.
nah. The only thing that I hung over, man. I'm hung over every day. I'll tell you that much. I'm hung over every day, man. We hung over on the ship, doggy. But it's a blast, man. It's a blast. Every cruise that we've done, when we get home, when we get off the ship, man, it's like, man, that was another badass cruise, man. We got Evelyn Champagne King, Brentwood, Zad, the Barcades, Lakeside, everybody, all on the ship in the middle of the ocean, getting down with the get down.
Yeah, everyone in the chat. That might be something we got to make happen all over here. We'd like to get together all the community on here, do things, man. That might be something we got to put together right there.
Yeah.
But I'm already invited to a cruise next year. I think I'm gonna be there next year, buddy. So I'll see you.
All right. On the crackling.
Yeah, with those cruises, they sell out super quick, huh? Within like a month or two of it being put out.
Yeah.
Like for the following year. So say it goes on sale like January. By March, it's done.
Yeah. This year, of course,
they're already for the next year. The ones that are doing now for the next year. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
I thought I still had time. I went in. I was like, let me look at my tickets. They're like, we're gonna put you on the waiting list. I was like, what?
Hey, anyone out there too wants a cruise? Shout out to Elia Delgado. She does that. She's right there in the chat. She could book you. She sets that up. So anyone in the chat that wants to get on a cruise or get set up or booked, holler at Elia Delgado right there. She makes that happen.
Elia, you with us on 2025? All right. That's right, baby. That's right. This year, 2024, Cinco de Mayo one. Like I say, the 2 ships are sold out. We got September. and that's the Super Legends cruise. That one sold out, and like Deandra said, right now we were selling 2025 Cinco de Mayo. It took maybe 2.5 months, and sold it out. And there's a waiting list right now. And let me see if anybody's looking around right now. Let's see. Let me tell you guys a little secret, right?
Okay, keep it
So,
on the down low.
so nobody's listening, right?
No, we got you.
All right, check it out. So we sold out the one in 2025,
Ooh.
right? But we're gonna add another one.
Oh,
We're gonna do 2 ships in 2025 too. That one's about to. They haven't released it yet, so
down low. Keep it on the down low, people.
I don't know nothing
Okay.
about nothing. Eh?
All right. Hey, how is that too? Doing like you said, crew the ships are side by side, so people can like. Well, I'm sure you can't like talk to people, but how is that like? They're literally side by side. How is that?
This is our first one. This is our first time doing that, man. So we're gonna find out in May. We're about to find out, man. I got no idea right now, man.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, I got no idea. The only thing that I do know about it is the main artists that are on each ship. Once we dock in Mexico, because we leave out of one ship leaves out of Long Beach, the other one leaves out of San Pedro, I think, and
Okay.
once we dock in Mexico, the main artists are gonna switch so they can perform on the other ship on the way back. That's as far as I know right now, man. I'm not too sure everything else, but I know it's gonna be badass.
That's definitely gonna be badass. Wait, and how does that like? I'm sure everyone when you're on a boat, people are vacationing, having a good time. I'm sure that has to be some of the best sets you do when the people are just. I'm sure it's just all love. It's all a vibe, right?
Oh man, everybody loves everybody loves everybody's one love all up in there, man. Like I was saying, people from everywhere out there, and as we're walking around the ship the whole time, people buying each other drinks that don't know each other, man. People dapping each other, man, high fiving, man. People just vibing, man. It's a really good time, man. Really, really good time, man. A lot of good energy. I have not seen. I've been on a lot of them already. I've been one of the hosts for a lot of them already, and
Right.
I haven't seen no bullshit, man. Everybody's just been on a good vibe, man, and I come home, man, and I got other people tapping into me through social media that met me on the ship from somewhere else too, man. They start tapping into my radio programs and whatnot, and they dug the vibe that we did up there. And now they digging the vibe that we got over here, man. So it's a beautiful thing, beautiful thing.
Beautiful.
So
Yeah.
are you gonna MC both boats, or just are you gonna stick to one?
I believe they're just gonna put me on one. I'm that's one thing that I'm not in control of all that. You know what I mean? We got your main promoters that schedule everything. So they'll put me on one of the ships, and I'll rock and roll with whatever they got on my list. You know what I mean? But personally, I would love to jump both ships. Why not? You know what I mean? I would love to, but yeah, I got a lot of people's gonna be on both. I got a lot of family, a lot of friends that are gonna be on both ships. So I would love to jump back and forth like the artists are like the main artists are gonna do, but yeah, we're gonna do.
So, did you have any other questions, Sheila?
I do. I'll let you go ahead. I'm just chiming in on certain things I'm thinking about because it's really like I had a lot of questions, but I think we've answered a lot of them. But it's just my thing with Angel Baby is just getting the content as far as this radio and how important it is to have people like Angel Baby, man, still here and representing real radio, bro. It's like because like I told you again, I came up like in radio and watched it. My dad was in it, and I really appreciate radio as well. And I know how important it is. But I know we're in a time of a time now where a lot of things have changed. So I just think it's important for us to have people like you, man, still here and represents real radio and does it for the love and people that we can see because it's slowly fading away. We have DJs now, and even DJing has changed. You know that it's like art
Oh
of
yeah,
DJing and how people MC and all that has really changed now. So to have people really from that culture and that cloth, man, is really important. And it's just a blessing to have you here tonight, brother.
thank you, bro. Thank you. I get that from some of my listeners that call in too, man. They'll call in and we're on there live, man. They're clowning. They're telling everybody this is real, man. What's going on right here is real. If I push the wrong button and mess up, I push the wrong button and mess up, man. We just clean it up and keep going. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. It's not all programmed, man. It's just all on the fly, man. We don't have nothing scripted on there, man. So yeah.
That's what's up. Where do you see yourself like when it's all said and done for Angel Baby? Like we were saying earlier, you got people like Art LeBeau did it. He was 97. He still had a connection, and that's one thing I think I seen Nate. I think I seen Nate Love earlier comment and say oldies, rule forever. And I think that's one thing that has never faded away. Our culture, we never let like we came up on oldies. Kids now come up like they appreciate these oldies, man. I think that's never gonna go away, like Nate Love said. So what do you think about that? And what do you think at the end of the day for Mr. Angel Baby when it's all said and done? What is the legacy and the mark you want to leave with these people and the people that in the future, when you're gone and people can remember Angel Baby, man? What do you want them to remember?
Oldies Forever, that's my brand right there, man. Oldies Forever, you know what I mean? It real feel good music, man. We're gonna take it around the world, dog. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take it around the world, man. We're gonna take it. We're gonna MC shows and be doing radio out there in France, England, Japan, just like the homies right there, man. You know what I mean? Shoot.
Facts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's about I could think about, man, right there. You know what I mean? We're gonna take it around the world. Why not? You know what I mean? We're gonna spread some good positive energy around the world, man. Through music,
Hey,
one love.
there's any places where I don't know if I asked you this earlier. Any places that you specifically want to go around the world that you want to touch?
Oh yeah, man. Just like I would love to go out to France and MC some shows out in France, out in England, out in Japan, man. I would love to MC some shows out that way, bro. And tap in with all the listeners out that way because I know they get down with the feel good music that we bring. You know what I mean? And the vibe that we bring. Yeah.
So I know that we haven't touched on that yet. You play a big part in a lot of the newer Soldies artists,
Yes.
right? Which is like a whole new genre. For those who don't know, Soldies is just it's a newer generation of oldies, we'll say. It's a lot of Latin artists. Elvia Cadena is a Soldies artist.
Right.
Brittany Nicole is more of like the freestyle type girl, right?
Yeah, she does like some R&B stuff, so some more R&B-ish type of stuff. Yeah, right.
But like the real big Soldi artist is Elvia Cadena.
Yes.
What part do you play in the Soldies community?
I'll tell you before the whole souldy scene is blowing up. Like right now the whole souldy scene is blowing up. A lot of the new artists that are creating a lot of new music, original music, and re-recording music. Before everybody was tapped into it, like they are nowadays. Guess who was spinning that music on the radio show? Yes. Yeah, before anybody was tapping into it, I was spinning jammies from Mayor Hawthorne. You heard of Mayor Hawthorne?
Sir, the legend.
Mayor Hawthorne's the cat right there, man.
Yes, sir. That's a legend right there, man.
Yeah,
Fees, isn't he? I think he passed away, man.
Mayor? No.
Okay.
I hope not.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
I was spinning some jammies from like Mayor Hawthorne. Friends of mine that have a record label out in New York, Daptone Records, which has Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings, Charles Bradley. Some of these are new soul artists making soldies also, but I was spinning their music way before way before the scene was really blowing up, and a lot of my listeners. When I would spin some of their cuts, I'd tell them, "Hey, here's a new oldie for you all." And as I spin it, the next thing you know, the next week, somebody would call in and say, "Hey, that cut that you played last week, man, by Sharon Jones, that Making Up Breaking Up song, can you play it again? That shit was bomb." You know what I mean? Or can you play that one, Maybe So, Maybe No, by Mayor Hawthorne? That was a bomb cut. So little by little, it started catching on, and here we are. And this was before a lot of the new West Coast soul artists were making soul music. A lot of the other ones that I know were from New York or from the Midwest that were making some really nice soul music, and I was spinning it out here. And now it's tapped in, and there's a lot of beautiful music coming out from everywhere right now. Elvia Cadena, of course, being one of them. Man, she rocks the spot big time. Uh,
Bad. She's bad.
well, when I was out there in Vegas this past weekend, man, my buddy D Sinceres, who you got Joey Quinones, you got the Altins, and then man, they're out there making music that sounds just like it was recorded, man, about 50 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I love. Like, man, I love to hear that, man. When you hear some of these people, man, putting out, and it sounds like if you don't know any better, you would think it was back
yeah,
then. You know what I mean? That's beautiful right there. I love that. I
yeah,
love that.
yeah.
Love that
So
authenticity.
Deandra,
Uh, uh,
now that everybody's tapped into it, and there's a lot of these shows that are going on with these artists, I love being a part of being able to put on some of those shows and also MC some of those shows. You know what I mean? Because I done it with my
hey,
older brothers for many years, and now we got the new soul artists coming on in. Shoot.
that's what I was gonna ask you too. Who are? I mean, I know you've emceed a lot of shows. You met a lot of the legendary groups, oldie groups, and all that. What were some of the highlights of the people that you've got to be a part of their show or MC or DJ that you even got to meet, and it was really really an experience for you that you really appreciated?
Um, Barbara Mason, man. Barbara Mason.
Mason,
Barbara Mason. Yeah.
wow,
Barbara
one of my
Mason.
favorites.
Yeah, but one of my all-time favorites. I call her the queen of oldies because ever since I first started doing radio, she has been the most requested female oldies artist ever since day one that I hit the airwaves. All her music. So the first opportunity that I had to meet her, of course, man, I was nervous, happy as fuck, man, all excited, man. And
Right.
then and then and then a few times after that, I had the opportunity to MC shows and actually bring her on stage. And after I bring her on stage, man, I walk off to the side and I look up. Thank you. You know what I mean? Brenton Wood,
I
of
know
course,
that's right.
another favorite of mine, man. Brenton Wood, who actually is a good friend of mine, man. That um, call him on the hip, man. Talk to him. Give me a lot of advice about different things, man. And and then some of these artists too that are still making new music. Some of these oldies artists, but they're not able to get no airplay, of course,
Right.
because contemporary radio, commercial radio doesn't give them that opportunity no more. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's where Angel Baby comes in, man. I'm able to spin some of my friends, Brenton Wood's new music. Elon, the rock and roll gangster, man,
Rock and
legend,
roll gangster.
rock
One of
and
my
roll.
favorites. Hey, that's
He's
my theme song. Hey,
rock.
let me ask you this too. Who is at your I mean, of course, you just named a few, and you know them all and played them all. Who is at your top, if you can name maybe a top three? I know it's hard, but who is at the top of your list for the oldies, man? Like the legendary groups or oldie singers, man. That's at the top of your list.
Shit, bro. I don't like this was. I've been asked that, man, and I can't even. All kinds of names just start going through the head like crazy, dog. You know what I mean?
I know that's hard, man.
Yeah, man. I can't even call it, man. I mean, I got so many, man, that I've worked with and friends of mine, and I don't even know, man. War, the original members of War, really good friends of mine too, man. Shit, man. A group known as the Young Hearts, man. I don't know if you ever heard of the Young Hearts.
Man, hey, I'm glad you said that. One of my favorites. They have the song, one of my favorite songs all time. What is that? The Young Hearts. Help me out, man. It's one of my favorite songs.
They got Hey Love. They got I Got Love for My Baby.
Yeah.
Hey Love, I Got Love for My Baby.
It's another one I love by them. Damn, and I can't think of it. But yeah, the Young Hearts are legendary. I love them too.
Check this out. Here's a little story. I'm emceeing this show, oldie show, out in the San Gabriel Valley, out there, the Quiet Canyon. Young Heart,
SGB.
SGV, baby. That's where I grew up, right there, man. I grew up in Bassett.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Shout out to Bassett. The Puente.
Yeah, City of Industry right there, man. That's where I grew up. That's in California. So I'm emceeing the show out there. Young Hearts on the show. Gene Chandler's on the show, which is the group of Earl. So after the show, my buddy Ron Pryor, the lead singer of the Young Hearts, comes up to me, hands me a CD, and he says, "Hey, Angel, remember I told you I had a song for you, and I've been trying to get this to you." He says, "Here, it's all right." Put it in my coat. On my way home, I stuck it in, and I'm listening to my way home. The Young Hearts made me a theme song, man. They're singing "Angel Baby," and his lyrics. He got 2 verses on there, and he's singing about cruising around, listening to "Angel Baby" on the radio, man. And I was like, "What the fuck?" All these legends just blessed me with a song without me even asking or anything, man. They did that. Man.
That's beautiful, homie. That's beautiful. That deserves a round of applause. Yes. Angel Baby, y'all, you don't get this all the time. Go ahead, Deandra.
So with all the up and coming soul artists, the Trish Toledos, the Mariah Avilas, the Mikey, where do you see the Strong Enough music heading within the next like 5 to 10 years?
I see it. This is another term that Angel Baby came out with. All right, and I know if I put it out right now, it might get snatched up, man. But it's right now with these artists that are going on. Trish Toledo, by the way, man, before she blew it on up, I met her out here, man. We did a little car show out here. My food drive, like about 5 years ago, before she blew it on up, she came and performed my food drive. Beautiful people. She sings great, man. She's badass. Right now, with all these new soul artists, damn, I don't know if I want to let this out, Don.
Let it out. We'll keep it on the down low.
All right. Right now, what's going on? Is anybody looking?
Hey, it's quiet on the set.
With all these new soul artists that's going on right now, these are the legends of tomorrow right here with us today.
Message.
I agree. These people are extremely talented. I get the privilege because of what I do. I've gotten the privilege to see a lot of them perform live, and their voices are out of this world.
You make them look good, baby.
Well, I mean, you know,
you make them look good. I see it.
Style is in the game.
Yeah.
Host.
And you can make sure you tie the homie's vest, baby. Don't worry about it.
Gotta make sure my fit around. You know what I'm saying?
Next time we're at the show, and I got my vest on, I'm gonna untie it just
purpose.
I'm gonna go stand around you, girl. All right.
Right. I told her too before, like, you know, when we first, I told her, I don't know, never been like a style, like someone style me, but I'll give her, like, I trust her. You know what I mean, to hook me up. So
I'll be real. G-Lew style's is a pretty kick ass already on its own. So I don't think he needs much help.
But I trust you though. If I do that, you know what I mean, that you will take care of me, right?
Of course, you know I will. Okay. So what is next for Angel Baby? What can we expect within the next few months or so from you?
In the next few months, we got shows we're gonna be rocking, girl. Art LeBeau concert that's coming on up. I'll be co-hosting along with Miss Becky Lou. Miss Becky Lou is the one who's running his oldies show right now. So they got me on as a special guest. So I'll be co-hosting with her at his concert, which is an honor to me too, man, because you know, man's up above, and I'm able to co-host on his show right there and still keep his legacy alive on his own stage. Got some good community work that I really gotta dial in, man. You know, like I said, I got my 20th annual food drive coming in later down the year, and I gotta sit down and really put that together. The suicide prevention event that we got coming up, our 3rd annual. Last year, I feel I didn't put enough into it, so this year I want to make sure that we get it dialed in really, really nice. And we've been effective the last 2 years, but I want to make sure that it's way more effective again this year, because preventing somebody from taking their own life, man, it's a rough thing, but it can't happen because
Because a lot of people are stressed, and a lot of people, like you said, man, do that. Even though we don't know, there's a lot of people dealing with that right now that don't know how to handle things, and they may be thinking of doing that, which they don't need to do. But like you said, the prevention and people like you know what I mean, and God, man, can help people with these things. But we need awareness because, like you said, there's a lot of people out there going through things, man. And also, too, I want to ask you, Angel Baby, how can people tap in with you to be a part of your food drives or your awareness programs? How can they get involved to help you out, bro?
yeah, my main thing is my Instagram, man. That's where I'm at all the time. I got all the other ones, Facebook, TikTok, uh, Snapchat, and all that, but the main one that I focus on is with my Instagram, man, because it ain't easy, man. I'm sure you guys know it ain't easy keeping up with everybody and everything out there, man. So my main thing, if you want to tap into me, drop me a follow on my Instagram, Mr. Angel Baby on Instagram, Mr. _Angel_Baby, and drop me a follow right there, man. That's where I'm usually posting everything that's going on. Or drop me a DM right there. That's the one I see faster than Facebook, TikTok, and everything else, man. I tried to get into TikTok last year, and I'm gonna try again this year.
Hey, me too. I try with the TikTok. I know that's real popular. I tap in every now and then. I'm not as active as I need to be, but I don't know. It's hard for me to, you know what I mean? So, yeah, but shout out to TikTok. I'm more of an IG guy, too.
Yeah.
You're not allowed in, Angel, until you learn those whack dances that they be coming up with on TikTok.
Yeah.
But I like all that too, though. Eh?
So thank you so much for coming on. We really, really appreciate it. If at any time you want to come back and promote anything, or even if you want us to help you with promoting your food drives and stuff like that, you're always welcome to come back. Always.
All right. I do. I got some other stuff that I'm gonna tap in with you guys. Yeah, help me put the word out. Different things that we got going on. You know what I mean? Let's all take care of each other out there, man. All of you out there tuned in, take care of each other, man. Everybody, one love. Take care of each other. Do what we can. Take care of each other. And bump some oldies, man. You feeling down and out? Bump some oldies.
Bump
You
some
feeling good? Bump some oldies.
oldies, homie.
Oldies forever, eh?
Oldies, hey.
Hey, relax. Oldies rule forever.
You know what I mean? There it is, man. Angel Baby, the legend, the living legend, right here tonight on the G-Lew Show with Deandra, Chanel, and G-Lew, changing the game. We changed the game tonight. We brought you a legend, people. You know what I mean? Thank you, brother. This was classic.
That, and we had our first call in for the first time on Changing the Game.
Yeah.
That's never happened.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
Shout out to you, Big P. Yep.
All right.
They love you, and everybody in here, like they all know you and follow you and appreciate what you've done, brother. So that's beautiful too, man.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you inviting me on right here. Deandra, I appreciate you taking care of me, girl. You see my strings loose? Don't worry about it. Fix me up, baby. All right? Fix me up. Don't worry about it. All right? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing.
Yeah. Who's all together, baby? Come on.
Yep. And that's the website right there. KUCR.org. Tap in.
All right.
Angel Baby, y'all. Beautiful. Deandra, take us out of here. What we got going on? Thank you again, Angel Baby, the legend. Brother, well appreciated. Love you, homie. We'll be in touch. I got some things I want to holler at you too. We will be in touch, bro. Yes, sir.
Yeah. One love.
One. Deandra, tell them what we got coming up for the people to be looking forward to.
So next week we have the beautiful and talented Lizzie G coming on. Her voice is really different than her physical, which I absolutely love. She gives this really like acoustic vibe when you hear her voice, which I love about her. So I'm excited to have her on next week.
Okay, so everyone tune in next week, same time, same place. I'm G-Lew. That's Deandra Chanel. That's the legend right there. Angel Baby, tap in with the homie. And shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you tonight for all the love and support. Homie Big D who called in. Everyone who showed love. Let's keep it real. And don't forget, Odie's rule forever. And we'll see you guys next time, okay? Much love and respect. change the game. We're out of here.
Yo, ride and sit way back. I push a Mercedes, but ain't never been in no Maybach. Only a couple limos with chauffeurs, that was way back. I think I'm on track to be one of the greatest ever. Cause all the homies say is the oldies rule forever. Shout out to the Nellas, hope they free the homie G-Lew. Can't forget my homie Shadow and Big TD. I'm Big Pops, I'm a reputable from the BC. In 1989 I got quoted on by Tweety. And the homie Stranger, the danger was soon to catch up. And 2 weeks later, to my surprise, I was next up. Just another day in the Nella or SGV, the 626, the 2.
Peace, y'all. Much love and respect. Shout out to my producer, DD Hairston. Thank you, DD. Deandra Chanel. We're out of here.